I was really happy to get rid of that rash the other week. It was really, really bothering me. Did you get rid of yours too?
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
It's
I
actually
told you to
not.
use that ointment. It worked for me.
No, it just made it bigger.
Okay. Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today, it is episode number 36.
Seven.
30,
37.
37. It is episode number 37. Football is officially back. There was a football game on television last Thursday, and it wasn't from the USFL. It was from the NFL. And I don't know about you, but it just caught me by surprise. I was sitting there watching the game. It was around the second quarter or so. But I'm at home right now. My dad like gets back. He's walking in. He doesn't even realize football's on the screen. He's sitting there. He's ranting on about the Dodgers or some crap. It was like fresh off the Soto trade 2 days afterwards. And my dad looks up on the screen. And he's like, "Am I going crazy?" I'm like, "Well, what?" He's like, "Is that football?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's the Hall of Fame game." So football is officially back. You know, when your dad is sitting there like, "Holy shit, is that a football game on?" Like, yeah, it is back. So football is officially back. There's a lot to go over in training camp news. Got some college football training camp news, but before we get into that, I just want to start off. But Everett and I, we both got soccer jerseys on today. Why? Because the other version of football is back. Soccer is back. And you know what? Because we're just gonna get this out of the way right now. I'm not sure if you have too much on soccer, but I just have a little bit. So we're gonna start off with the less important football that is back, which is soccer. So European Soccer League starting back up. I don't keep up with any other leagues in the Prem. I think the other leagues started up, but at least the Prem is back. So more importantly, though, Fantasy Premier League is back, and that's the only thing I care about. So this is my fourth season in my friend's dad's league. George, who has been on the pod, has been actually a two-time guest. So George has been on the pod, plenty of exposure to our UK audience, but I've been in this league. This is now my fourth year. And in this Fantasy Premier League, my George's dad, who hosts it, he hosts this league. He's been doing it for like 30 years now, and he does it in a very fun and like interactive way. So he likes to shout out. He sends out emails every 2 weeks or so, every month or so, like recapping who is the best team of the month, which guys have been like making like big moves in the league or whatever, like big runs or whatever, big stretches over the month. And my first year, I was pretty much in zero of any of these emails, except for the first time when I got shout out for like, "Welcome to the league." That's the only time like I got mentioned that first year. So second year, I made it my mission to try it my ass off and like finish in a top spot to get some recognition. So I finished in 7th place year 2, which is, if you follow soccer, that is a Europa League finish if you finish top 7.
How many people are in this league?
25 to 30. This year there are 29. When I first started, I think it was a little more strict. It was just 20. And then he started adding more people. So year 2 was like 24. So I came in 7th. Last year, I came in like 15th, and there was like 28 people. And this year so far, I'm in 7th place right now after the first week. And there's 29 teams. So hopefully we can make a stretch. But I came in 7th, came in that Europa League spot, and I finished as top American of the year. And that's all that I really care about in this league, because 70% of the people are British, and they're obviously just better in this league than the Americans because they've been doing this for a while. They like just know what they're doing. So
it's literally fantasy football.
It's fantasy football, but soccer. There's like a whole like it's like budget cap system. I'm not going to go over it.
That's why I said fantasy football, because football and football, like,
yeah, fantasy soccer. We'll just keep it easy. But pretty much after I came in that seventh place spot, I realized I have a unique opportunity here when I get shout out. So in these emails, my friend said he says the team name. If it's a good team name, he'll give a little comment on it, and then he'll like shout out specific players or moves you make. But the team name shout out's the most important part. So starting last year, I decided, all the Brits, they're about the banter. So I got to troll them with my team name. So last year I named my team It's Coming Rome to make fun of England for losing in the Euro final at home to Italy, the jersey you're wearing. So I named my team It's Coming Rome last year. I came in 15th, though, didn't really work out. Luckily, my friend's dad did not need to shout me out at all last year, did not need to say It's Coming Rome because they are very salty about that. But this year, I'm back with a vengeance and I'm making it a mission to finish near the top. So this year to troll the Brits, I've named my team USA will beat England in the World Cup for this year. That is my team name. And I'm making it a mission to at least be near the top by World Cup time around November. So my friend's dad has to say USA will beat England in the World Cup when mentioning my team in these emails. That is my goal. That is my only goal this year. And I will do it. I need to be near the top come World Cup time. And then after that, I don't care really, but I need to be there for World Cup time.
Yeah, no. Black Friday, it's gonna be a day.
Yeah, no. We got the USA versus England match Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. So I mean, I'm pumped for that. I'm excited. I'm ready. I have my reputation in this fantasy league on the line. I'm saying this right now on August 7th that USA will beat England in the World Cup.
It will be the only time where there will probably be more soccer on television in the US than football.
Because for that Black Friday, I'm not sure if there will be.
I don't think
there won't be football. There won't be NFL. There might be some like weird college football games on later in the day, but that game will be in the morning.
But I'm still even talking about like ESPN talking about like college football or NFL football before the games, or talking about like
they still will be, but like at least for those like hour and 45 when the game is on, like that 2 hour stretch. I expect that game to get some views. And also, to be honest, though, like realistically, England will probably beat USA like 3-1. But I'm on Team USA. We're winning.
If you're not on Team USA, what are you doing?
Yeah, if there are any Americans like rooting for England over the US and you're actually American, like what are you doing? Like that's the one day of the year where you actually got to be like, you know what? Let's put some pride on the line, boys.
Here's the thing: if you
salute the flag, stand up, cocksuckers, stand up, salute the flag.
If you're a Brit and you got American citizenship or you live here, also expecting you to root for the United States.
You know, I would say the one thing right now where like Americans, I would say, get unified is for Olympics or like sport. That's like I would say the one time where at least right now where Americans will actually be like, you know what, we're all Americans for at least this thing. And when it comes to World Cup, I want that. Yeah. I want that. Will it probably happen? Probably not, but I want that.
US will be England in the World Cup.
Yeah, but you know, that's all the mention that we're gonna give to soccer.
We are prophets on this show though. So I mean,
yeah, we actually are kind of speaking things into existence. We got Warriors in 6. We projected the Charlotte Hornets just having a massive collapse. We've kind of just been on the ball.
We had Celtics and Warriors in the finals when we called that at the start of the playoffs.
We actually did have that too. Yes.
Got it in the right series count.
So I mean, we've kind of been on a roll.
The only thing that we haven't done well, or I should say that I haven't done well, was predicting the NFL draft. But
you know what? We're gonna gloss over that. It was year 1. We will be back with year 2, and hopefully Everett could get 5 correct picks next year. That is the goal. That's the threshold for me. I think you set yourself higher standards, but for me, if you get 5 picks correct, I'll tip the cap. That's a good start. That's a starting place.
Right pick and right placement. But yeah, I'm counting it as year 0. It doesn't even count as year 1.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, sure. Year 0, just a wash. We're just gonna not count that in the record books. It was a practice run.
But outside of that, I mean, pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So do you want to jump in NFL or you want to go college football? Because I got a little college football. I'm assuming you got more on NFL.
You know what? I just want to do a little MLB shout out first.
Oh, okay. We could. I got some MLB shout outs as well. We could do that.
Padres, how does it feel that the Dodgers are your dad?
So, okay. We got to start with this. We got to start with this.
Who
This
needs
weekend series so far, Dodgers have just been absolutely unloading on the Padres. Lineup has been unreal.
well,
You would think Juan Soto's been playing for the Dodgers this
they've
weekend.
been they've been unloading on their lineup and also in the dugout. If you saw the AO videos that Mookie is or celebrations Mookie's been putting out over the last, I don't know, 2-3 games.
Interesting dance, but you know what? I just do anything to just get the Padres pissed off. Make the stupidest little dances you can make. Just I want the Padres to just every time they think of the Dodgers, I want them to get angry.
Just want
Okay.
to put it out there. There are children watching the MLB, so if that was
Yeah,
the
what
NFL,
the Dodgers are doing, they're literally just murdering a team in cold blood on national television for everyone to watch. And they're about to do it Sunday Night Baseball in like 3 hours or so. About to literally murder them again on
if it
national
was the
television for everyone
NFL,
to
if
watch.
it was the NFL, that would be well. Actually, I guess it would probably be like a 7-8 game suspension because they suspend for things like that, but not for Deshaun Watson. It'd also probably be like a multi-million-dollar fine.
But regardless, let's get into this. So the best way for me to recap what's been going on and the reaction for Padres fans and Padres players for this weekend series. There was a picture that I just saw from last night's game of Cody on third base hugging Manny, giving him a nice little hug while he was on third, while the Dodgers were up 8-3 late in the game last night. And the look on Manny Machado's face, it just summed up the vibes and emotion for San Diego. But I would say especially for Manny Machado, the look on his face.
You
He is
remember?
standing there, hands on hips, just looking lifeless. And I kind of felt bad for him. It was like he realized right then and there, like, God damn, even after we got Juan Soto, we are still not even close to the
Well,
Dodgers.
the one
Like,
thing
they are not close.
you might feel bad, and then you remember that Manny Machado told the entire Dodgers team that he's going to get a ring before them. So I don't feel bad.
Well, the thing is, I don't hate on Manny because Manny played with some heart on the Dodgers. He might not have been giving the best effort out there on the field, but he was a team player, stepping on first baseman's leg, taking out second baseman, sliding through the back. That's some Chase Utley shit right there. And I'd like that out of Manny Machado when he was a Dodger. But I don't hate Manny. I still remember one of Manny's first games as a Padre back in LA before Tatis had been called up. And he's in the on deck circle as a Dodger fan, like, Manny, why didn't you come back with us? And he literally sat there like, they didn't want to pay me, man. I wanted to come back. So Manny did not want to leave. Dodgers didn't pay him. Good move. Smart move to not pay him. But, Manny, he's just upset that in the Dodgers' eyes, they didn't want him back, which, I mean, was a smart move. But honestly, I do feel a little bad for him, even though he's a piece of shit. But he was my piece of shit at one point.
Would you rather have Manny Machado or Mookie Freddie?
Obviously, Mookie. No, it was a smart move, but there was a period of time where the Dodgers they weren't necessarily competitors, but they just had players I loved. I loved him. I loved Hanley, Juan Uribe. Those are just guys I just loved.
Yeah. What I will say is, Padres might still suck with I guess in our term still suck.
Yeah. I mean, I think this season it's just gonna be rough. Next season we'll actually see. Hopefully, if Tatis doesn't go dirt biking in the offseason again, if Tatis will be healthy at the start of next year, we'll actually see. But who knows? I actually don't think Tatis will be a healthy start of next year either, based off his track record.
Please go dirt biking again.
No, honestly, I really want him to go celebrate by going ATVing after they trade for Soto. I thought that would have been the perfect way for Tatis to celebrate.
Never condone players getting injured, but Tatis, if you'd like to go dirt biking, by all means.
Hey, I'm not saying no, man. I would also love to go dirt biking. I would also love to do that. I don't blame you.
What I will say is Padres might still suck right now, and by suck I just mean in terminology compared to the Dodgers, because they're not a bad team, but they suck. But Tatis is coming back, and we all know that Tatis likes to murder the Dodgers.
He actually is. He is really disgusting.
He is who
I will be honest. Tatis he just turns it up against the Dodgers. He turns it up.
What scares me the most is Tatis versus Craig Kimbrell in the 9th inning. The Dodgers up by 1.
Well, this is the thing.
That's the thing of nightmares.
based on how these games are going, hopefully it won't be a one-run game when Craig Kim. Like usually, it's kind of funny, but over the past couple of days, it's like Craig Kimbrell is warming up in the bullpen, and it's like immediately after Dodgers score a 3-run double. It's like literally, it's like the Dodgers here's like, oh, Craig's in the pen, we got to hit. Like, all right, guys, all right,
it was Cody hit like I
yeah.
think
No, Cody hit like a two-run double last night immediately after they announced Craig Kimbrell is warming up.
Max Muncy hit like a 3-run slam.
Go ahead. Yes. No, yeah. But it's like the thing about this team is like they get punched in the face early and they're punching back. And I love that. Like they were not hitting back start of the year and they're doing that now. And they have that fight in them. They got some dog in them for the first time like in a while. So I love that.
The only other thing I want to say in the MLB is I don't know what the Blue Jays are doing. They traded for Whit Merrifield on the Royals. He is not vaccinated, nor will he. So he cannot go and play in Toronto. He could be the one and only platoon player who is country-based. Cannot play unless he's
play overseas. Cannot play overseas. That's the one team that could not have traded for him, and they did. The thing about okay. But I got something on the Mets real quick. But one thing I just want to say this year it's kind of strange. The NL is better, but usually the AL is the tougher road to get through typically. This year, though, it's just been a little weird. Preseason, we kind of expected a lot of these AL East teams to be competitors, but other than the Yankees, like the Braves have just been banged up all year. The Red Sox are not who we thought they were. The Blue Jays aren't the team that we project them to be start of the year. So in this year, I'd say it's kind of a strange year. I'd say it's up to New York or Houston to make the World Series, and the NL, it's kind of a little more open.
That's very true. The one thing I want to say is the AL East is still by far the best division in baseball.
Yeah, I just think though that the Yankees are going to make quick work of.
I mean, the Yankees will. That's the way it's been.
I just think though overall the Yankees and Astros are like head and shoulders above those other teams, and a lot of those competitors are in the AL East still. I just think like AL Central, none of those teams are. Sorry, Twins, but like none of those teams are going to make a run.
What I will say about the Twins is that their batting has been very good this year. The big thing that they needed help with was pitching.
They're gonna most likely play like an AL East team in the first round.
They're gonna play the Blue Jays in the first round. That's what they're projecting right now. They just ran the Blue Jays off the field the other day. I'm not worried about the Twins playing the Blue Jays. What I am worried about is obviously the Yankees. They have terrible history with the Yankees. At Luca. Been over this.
The Yankees want to play the Twins.
But they just traded for like 3 MLB rotation like pitchers, like starting pitchers who are very good this year. They've kind of solidified their bullpen now. So who knows? But
at least respect for them for making a push. At least respect for them. I'll give them respect. Unlike other organizations, Orioles, the Brewers, you pieces of shit.
Clip that. But I mean, look, the Twins aren't going to win the World Series. Even if they somehow manage to find their way there, the Dodgers are going to absolutely clobber them. But I just think that
it'll be a tough road though. But to be honest though, if they honestly winning a series this year, that's honestly like kind of a win on its own. Like,
I mean, look, I think that it at least will be, they'll get past the first round and then it'll be maybe a game or two. They might.
We'll see. I do think though this year, I'm not exactly sure how the playoff format exactly is working. I think it might be like 2020.
I think it.
I don't think 8 teams are. I don't think it. I honestly have no clue, but it's 6 teams from each division are making it. So there's 3 wild card teams instead of 2. So 12 teams are making it instead of 10. So just like based on that.
All right, I got it.
A couple extra teams will have like an extra. Wait, last year there was Dodgers had to play the Cardinals. So it's not like last year. I think it's just a brand new shit.
The MLB playoffs in 2022 is a new format that will remove the single wild card game, and instead the third best division winner will play against the last team while the best and second best wild card winners will play against each other. The games will be played in a 3-game series, and the team with the better record will host.
Okay, so Dodgers will probably get a bye. So Twins will most likely have the lowest, will likely be the third best division winner, and then play the worst wild card team. So yeah, that should be it'll be a 3-game series, but in theory, the Twins should win that.
They should.
And honestly, if it is that, I don't even know who would likely be the last wild card team. I would say the Blue Jays will probably get the first wild card spot. Actually, let me peep
the Blue Jays, I think, are the last right now.
Let me look at the standings right now. I would say let's keep all the leaders. I think they're all going to win. Yankees come in first, Astros 2, Twins in third. Those are the winners. Then when it comes to wild card for AL, I would just think the Blue Jays will probably be the first right now. I haven't looked at it. Let me see.
Look at the standings right now.
Come on, load. Come on, MLB.com. Gotta be quicker. Okay. Yeah, Toronto 1, Tampa Bay 2, Seattle. Now, if it's Seattle, that could be a little tough for the Twins. Seattle also kind of loaded up.
A little bit.
Guardians. If it's Guardians, I don't know what Minnesota's records, but some familiarity there.
They are in division. I'm not gonna.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not based on kind of how these players are looking. It'll be the 4 versus 5 wild card, just like how it normally is, and based on how it looks, it'll probably be Atlanta versus San Diego in that wild card round. And if they take each other out, if one of those teams are gone, whoo, I kind of want the Padres to beat Atlanta in that opening series. Very low key. Very low key.
The Twins. Let's see if I can find who they added.
Oh, okay. This is the thing. This is the thing that I do not like. There's no reseeding. So the Dodgers right now would play the winner of Atlanta and San Diego, and then play the winner of Mets, and then St. Louis / Milwaukee, Philly.
So
will probably be the Mets. So the Dodgers will have to go through round 1 playoffs, Atlanta or San Diego. God damn, bro. What the hell? That's not good.
I kind of feel like I'd rather play Atlanta.
I would rather play San Diego because I know San Diego will choke in the playoffs. Atlanta has at least beaten the Dodgers in the playoffs and shit on them last year.
I think that's.
I'm way more afraid of Atlanta.
I think that's a revenge game, though. Also, they're pitching.
Maybe. I just think the Dodgers. I think the Padres. It's just like a mental road to get over that Dodgers hump.
Yeah,
I don't think they can do it. Okay, but that's okay. Last thing I just want to say about MLB, the Mets. We got to talk about the New York Mets. Just beat the Braves in a doubleheader yesterday. So I expected the Braves to overtake the Mets in the NL East, but right now, just how this weekend series is going, it's looking like the Mets might lock up this division. So the Mets have finally gotten their starters back. DeGrom is healthy now. Scherzer's healthy, and they are currently taking it to the Braves in this weekend series. So technically it's a 5-game weekend series right now. And the Mets are currently up 3-1 with a doubleheader yesterday. So going into game 5 for this weekend series, they're up 3-1. And if they can go 4-1, yikes. Kind of a big game today for the Braves. Only issue is Jacob deGrom is on the mound today for the Mets. So that's not gonna be easy task for the Braves to do. But yeah, Mets are 8-2 in their last 10, looking pretty hot after the All-Star break, get their starters back. Keeping my eye on them. I think the Mets will likely nudge out Braves for that division. And if that's the case, we're looking at a LA Mets NLCS, where DeGrom and Scherzer may be making 2 starts each in that 7-game series.
I mean, look, we saw what happened to Scherzer last year in the playoffs. So
he kind of got worn down near the end. The thing is, this year he was hurt start of the year, but he's in his groove right now. Best case scenario for the Mets, just don't don't kill him and run him into the dirt for the playoffs. Hopefully they do that, but best case for the Mets, monitor that pitch count, keep them healthy for the playoffs because right now they're leading the NL East.
What other pitchers they have? They have McGill, right? And then
They've had some other guys kind of heating up. I'll be honest, I don't remember. Like I think Bassett's one.
Bassett, McGill, sure.
Obviously Diaz, their all-star closer, he's been very good this year. So I mean, their hitters have been good too. Marte, Brandon Nimmo, they've had some boys. So
When the trumpets come on, it's
yeah, when they start playing the trumpets for Edwin, New York is rocking, rallying behind him. So you know what, that we'll see how the Mets do. Mets might be a team to watch this year in the playoffs. They're looking like it right now. So keep my eyes on them.
yeah. That's about it for the MLB. College football, and we'll wrap up with the NFL. I know you got some college football, obviously.
Yeah, so I do not have a formal Ohio State of the Union today, just a little bit of mini camp news I want to think about. So I'm not even going to get into recruiting. Apparently, that guy you decommitted, Dijon Johnson's now apparently going to come back and commit. They also got a 4-star linebacker from Ohio to come. So Ohio State has 6 of the top 7 players from the state of Ohio, class 2023, committed to Ohio State. Only one who isn't committed is this defensive end Brennan Vernon, I think his name, committed to Notre Dame, committed a very long time ago. Initially, he was ranked as a 5-star, dropped like 200 spots down in the rankings going into this season. Now he's like a low 4-star. But yeah, he's like the only Ohio kid not committed to Ohio State, but I don't really care. We got guys better than him. So not really upset about that. But training camp news. Football is officially back. Had the Hall of Fame game. Training camp starting up around. So a lot of people, a lot of fans. I'm going to get into this a little more for the NFL, but when it comes to college football, like that's kind of been what I'm paying more attention the past couple of years. So a lot of Ohio State fans like to make a big deal out of day one starters. Like, what the hell is this guy? Are these our guys for this year? So whoever's announces the day one starters, it's a big deal. So Ohio State, I was a little bit confused who they rolled out at the D line, but after listening to Coach Zach Smith, ex-Ohio State wide receiver coach, talk a little bit about training camp, he's saying a lot of the times guys who dominated summer workouts, they get rewarded for the work they put in. Some veteran guys, they get rewarded for having that presence. So for the day one training camp starters, they're not necessarily the pinpoint. These guys will be starting come fall, come game one, but guys who deserve some credit, deserve some recognition for the work they put in the offseason. So Ohio State's threw out an interesting D-line rotation for their first day with Zach Harrison, Teron Vincent, Jaron Cage, and Tyler Friday. So, Tyler Friday's a guy who last year tore his ACL. He's a 5th-year DN. Hasn't had the most productive career, but what was a top recruit, pretty sure out of New Jersey. And so he's a 5th year. They want to give him some credit, give him some love. But when it comes week 1, Notre Dame, I'd be shocked if Tyler Friday is out there playing. I'm expecting the D-line rotation, at least to start the year. I think it will be Zach Harrison, Teron Vincent, Jaron Cage, and Jack Sawyer or JTT, our 2 5-star guys from class of 2020, the number 1 and number 3 players in the country, both 5-star DN. So they will be on the field for their sophomore year. They will be on the field next season. But I think that will be the starting D-line week 1. Do I think that's the best D-line overall throughout the season? No, I don't really think Cage should be in there. I think Teron Vincent, I think that's okay. He is a 5-star 5th-year senior from the class of 2018. So he has been around for a while, but end of the year, at least for the rushman package on 3rd down, when you let the dogs go loose and you want the boys to get sacks, I want a D-line rotation of Zach Harrison and Sawyer on the edge. I want JTT at 3 tech. I want a DN at 3 tech, and I want Tyleik Williams, true sophomore, super sophomore at nose. That's what I want for the rushman package. Those guys are animals, and I think right now Ohio State, they've got a lot of good super sophomore D linemen in JTT, Sawyer, Mike Hall, Tyleik Williams, all top-ranked guys. So next season, when these guys are all true juniors looking at the NFL, I think that that will really be a strong point for Ohio State next year is that D-line. This year, we'll see how it works out. They got some veteran guys on the team right now that will be gone. But I think next year, they might actually be better than what they have now. But that's what I got on college football. You got any maybe some Tulane news? Maybe you got a story or two from camp this week. I know you were out there early up in Adam.
Yeah, well, so unfortunately, no Tulane Tuesdays this week. Probably not any until after fall camp. We're going at it in practice. I can't say anything, but it's good. It's good.
It just, it, I'm not going to ask any in-depth questions, but what's it like to just be out there watching some football, being out there? The other day I was driving back from work and it was Friday. It was around like 3:30, just getting back, driving by the local high school. And I saw them boys going and I got pumped up. I was getting pumped up just seeing
I'm
it.
not gonna lie, waking up early, all this stuff.
It's a battle. It's tough.
It's a battle. It's
It's
tough.
brutal.
The reward of knowing football season's upon us, getting to watch. Basically, it's like
not many things to get me up in the morning, but if it's for football, you know what, so I can get up.
getting to watch basically all these guys that I know put in all this work, and especially getting to see it pay off in the first game and everything comes together. It's just kind of like it's something that you never can like explain how it feels unless like you actually have like gone through it. It's the same thing. If you played football in high school, putting in the work, you see it go through in the first game. It's that same kind of feeling. But it's a grind. It's a grind, and I can't say much, but
okay. So speaking of training camp, it was around this time, during my first freshman training camp where I went through one of the more funny moments of my football playing career. So I'm going to tell the story of the first time I stormed the beach with my football team. So freshman year football, my head football coach, he's one of my favorite football coaches of all time. This guy, hardcore, used to play O-line at the University of Nevada, played D1 ball as an offensive tackle, and he would tell us after every game he would have to go to the hospital. And we were all sitting there like, you know what? Based off your character, based off how you coach, that makes sense. That adds up. But we all thought like, oh, are you going because maybe you have some recurring like shoulder injury, some shit? Maybe, I mean, the CTE might have kicked in. Maybe you're going for concussions. No. He went to the hospital after every game for dehydration because he went balls to the wall. His words, not mine. Balls to the wall. So his term, pretty much freshman football. Also for my high school, there's like 115 kids on the freshman football team. It's all boys school. There's like 330, 350 kids a grade, and like a third of the grade goes out to play football. So day one, there's like 120 kids. By the end of training camp, there's like 95. But throughout the week, the coaches, in my eyes, they're just weeding out the kids who like are just like, all right, what the hell? What are we doing here? I'm quitting. So our coach, he likes to call it balls to the wall conditioning. That's how he finds out his players. That's how he finds out if you're a Cougar or if you're a Puma. You want to be a Cougar, you don't want to be a Puma.
okay.
Cougars are killers. Pumas are Pumas. Like that shit was so funny. But okay. Storm the beach. Let me get to that now. It's nearing the end of camp. It's like week 2 of Hell Week. It's Hell Weeks, but week 2 of Hell Week. I remember it's on a Thursday. It's at the end of practice. You have already done your thousands of like up downs and shit. You've already run laps and shit, and then they go, huddle up, end of practice. You think you're getting off practice, and he goes, gentlemen, the date is June 6th, 1943 or some shit. I don't know the exact date. It is June 8th, 1946. It is D-Day. We are on the beaches of Normandy attacking the British or attacking the Germans. And we're all just like, what the hell is going on? And he goes, gentlemen, you are storming the beach. This is what we're doing. We are sprinting up and down the field, back and forth, like probably 30 to 40 times, just running back and forth. Every time coach blows a whistle, that is a bomb going off, and you need to hit the deck or else you are dead. Every time you hear a whistle, hit the deck, chest on the dirt. If your chest doesn't hit the dirt within like a second of that whistle blowing, you're dead. And then you got to keep on running, and like it keeps going. So every time you hear the whistle, hit the deck. And for some of the fat boys, it's a little bit harder to hit the deck and get up and keep running. But you'd be sitting there blowing whistles, and then to screw with the big complainer kids who are like, God damn it, like running, like crying literally on their way. He'd run up to them and just go, bomb, 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 and make them hit the deck like 5 straight. But we'd be storming the beaches in Normandy. And when I was driving by the local high school on Friday and just seeing those kids sprinting back and forth, that's the first thing I thought of. And although at the time I was like, holy shit, my coach is a legitimate psychopath. But looking back on it, that shit was so much fun. That was so much fun. And honestly, football is just a time and a half. And honestly, I miss that, the camaraderie with all the boys in the room, and you're all just looking at each other like, what the hell is going on? But hey, you're getting shit on, you're getting screwed, but at least you're getting screwed together. And that's the one positive of it,
You have to do that in pads.
Yeah, full pads. And it's like 85, 90 degrees out. You are dying of heat exhaustion. No, like you are on the verge of tears.
You're
so funny. It is so funny. It is so
simultaneously
funny.
Crying but trying to figure out if it's sweat, feeling like a vomit, while also simultaneously about to shit your pants.
No, it's like, honestly, nothing is funnier than we're doing that. You look over and just the 230-pound lineman just like just yakking everywhere. It is honestly, it's disgusting, but it's football. Right. And it's football, and it is back, and I'm so happy. But that was our college football / high school mesh. We're going to get into NFL now. And real quick, I don't have much on the NFL, but I have a quick question for you that I want to get. I got a quick question for you. So, I am a lifelong Chargers fan, but, as my first year, like really getting in, trying to like pay attention to stuff. How much news from training camp as a Vikings fan? How much news from training camp do you look into the offseason? How much of that actually turns out to be true and accurate when the season begins? So I'm talking maybe certain players rumored to become a starter, maybe some younger guys rumored to have a bigger role or a bigger impact next season. How much consideration are you putting into these rumors, if any?
It's dependent on the team. For the Vikings, because as a new coach this year, so with Zimmer, it was kind of like obvious after like the first year or two, because he like loved certain players. He also never started rookies at all. Like
that was just like a thing. Yeah,
that was a thing. So I would say probably about like 75% of the stuff that like Vikings see is like kind of accurate. This year's a little bit different because there are so many different packages that they're starting to run, and they're trying, like, we've had Ed Ingram, who's a guard we just drafted from LSU. He's been running with the first teams for like the last day or two. Our center that we've had the last couple of years is just tiny as shit and cannot block. He's been bulldozed like 8 times in the past week. So they're trying to figure out if he's going to start. It's not certain if he's starting or not. And like, it's just kind of like, if a rookie or a newly signed player,
how about this? When Justin Jefferson just got drafted, do you remember what the reports were him like going into his rookie year?
We knew that. Like everybody in camp was like, holy crap. Like, this guy is, it's Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Okay. How about this might be like far back. Like I'm trying to think of other guys. Like, I don't know, like Danielle Hunter, like a Dalvin, like I'm trying to think of like some guys who came on as a rookie. I don't know.
Dalvin was touted to be like, because we didn't have a first round pick that year. He was our first round pick. I don't know how he slipped to the second, but Dalvin, everybody knew he was going to start. He started that first game when we played against the Saints, absolutely torched the Saints while Adrian Peterson was looking on the sideline, watching him break his own record. But like Daniil Hunter, we'll say Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, right?
Yeah.
Like later picks.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Kendricks too, I guess, but
Maybe like an Anthony Barr or something too.
Anthony Barr was in the first round. They all like there are reports that always come out of camp being like this rookie is like just playing really, really well. Like they are like something else. Like they're like, and they might not start the first week, but normally the reports will be like the rookie is doing really well. Like you expect to see serious playing time, might not start. But like,
actually, now that I think about it, usually if a rookie is getting a lot of praise in camp, usually that kind of like I remember when Alvin Kamara was in the Saints camp, he didn't really start to like week 4 or 5 his rookie year. But I remember in camp people were like, okay, Saints might have something here with Kamara that could really, really go well with Mark Ingram. Like they might have something here.
Adrian Peterson was there that year. Dude, that was Adrian Peterson's first year. He started that first game in Minnesota. He split reps with Mark Ingram. And then Kamara came on after they caught Adrian Peterson like 3 or 4 games in.
Oh yeah, I forgot AP had a little Saints.
I forgot is the Vikings. Essentially, they just trade players. The Vikings signed Latavius Murray and from the Saints, who was on the Raiders before that, and then the Saints signed Adrian Peterson. So it was a little
no, honestly, there's just a little swapperoo going around with the NFC running backs.
I don't even know if Latavius Murray's still in the league.
No, I like the thing though is like when I think of Latavius Murray, I just think of like when he's given the opportunity to start in fantasy, he'll put up 13 points. He'll put up 13 points when you need it, you know? When you need that RB2 fill in, he'll put that up. Like he will get 60 yards and a touchdown. Like but okay, something I'm thinking about, you know what? Or you got something?
One thing, just while I'm speaking about Vikings football.
Yeah. We'll stay on
that. Anthony Barr signed with the Cowboys this week. And the Vikings tweeted out a like thank you, farewell to Anthony Barr. It was a video. It was a video montage of all Anthony Barr's best clips on the Vikings. The very first thing that played was him sacking Aaron Rodgers and breaking his collarbone. That was the very first thing in the whole thing.
That's good stuff. Yeah. You know, that's probably the first thing that a lot of Vikings fans, that's probably the first thing a lot of Vikings fans would like to remember about Anthony Barr's career.
And Packers fans. Also, speaking of the Packers, Aaron Rodgers apparently did mushrooms, and that's why back MVPs.
Yeah, I don't know what Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller, I mean, Hollywood, they do some crazy things over there. Maybe they introduce him to a divergent world, you could say, but I don't know. Maybe something's going on over there.
Put it that way. Yeah.
Okay. Something I saw out of NFL training camp. I saw a video of Chris Olave. There might be a new slant man in New Orleans. There might be a new slant man.
Ran a sluggo on that.
Huh?
Olave ran a sluggo route in that video.
I'm talking about the slant.
The slant, the one where he broke the Adebo's like ankles.
Like, let me find it. The video.
Yeah, the video. I'm pretty sure he ran a sluggo route.
It was a slant.
Okay.
I have it right here. I have it sent to you from last Friday. If you want to look at it and tell me that's a sluggo, sure. But it's clearly a fucking slant. But whatever. Whatever you want to say, man.
I'll watch it. You continue.
I mean, you tell me when he cuts up field. You tell me when. But whatever. That was disgusting. Regardless. Even if it was a sluggo, the slaw part. Holy shit. Chris Olave. I don't know who that corner was, but holy shit. Okay. God damn.
Nelson Adebo from Stanford, I think. 2 years ago.
Okay, a Pac-12 corner. Okay, I'm not that impressed now that I think about it. But Jesus Christ, Olave. The Saints, you know what? Could be a dirty little team. I think Jarvis would play the slot, Mikey T and Olave out wide. Jameis as a fantasy Q.
Dude,
He's got the weapons.
The double slants routes are gonna go pretty hard.
There might be a new slant man in New Orleans. All I'm saying, there might be a new slant man. Like goddamn, Olave.
I don't think I've seen someone murder someone in training camp as that.
That was bad. Literally, like turn the dude around on a slant.
The only other thing that might be arguably as worse is Trevon Diggs getting torched by an undrafted rookie.
Yeah, so I saw like apparently Trevon Diggs deactivated his Twitter account.
Gone. It's gone.
And that was after Trevon Diggs was saying if he played Stephon in the Super Bowl, Stephon would have 0 catches.
Thanks,
okay,
Stephon.
man. Let's lock up the wide receiver 6 on the Cowboys first before you say that about your older brother. Trevon Diggs, some garbage. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Oh, don't forget. I mean, he's Cowboy fans' Lord and Savior on the defense. So when they
how'd that turn out for the Cowboys last year?
Well, they'll say like, well, he had like 12 picks. He had 12 picks because the quarterbacks he plays with in the
12 picks and gave up 12 touchdowns too.
The NFC beast is.
He actually is also playing in the most easy division to get those picks.
Pancake.
I never really thought about that. That is another factor.
No, when you play against
Daniel Jones,
Hurts, Carson Wentz this year. Last year was who? Taylor Heineke. Like, I mean, it's pretty easy to get 10 picks.
It wouldn't be too hard, and especially if you're selling out for every play and biting on the first move that every route they make. So
yeah, you know, I think Stephon could probably be just as good as a corner as Trevon Diggs if he was playing in the NFC Beast. Put him on the
maybe. Who knows? I'm not sure if I'd be saying that, but okay. What else you got on NFL training camp? Got anything else?
I'm sure there's something else in NFL training camp. I'm just forgetting, and if I remember, I'll bring it back to it. But the big thing that I wanted to talk about, and unfortunately, the news already got spoiled because I found out about it before it had been reported. Thank you, my sources. But the American Massage Association is having their national convention down the block from Cleveland's training center this year.
Yeah, so I just want to say the irony in this is unreal. The national massage therapist convention or whatever the hell's in Cleveland. Do you think that factored into the Browns trading for Deshaun? Do you think that enticed them to trade for Deshaun, knowing that, hey, you know, maybe other guys don't want to play in Cleveland, but Deshaun will. But Deshaun will.
Well, you know, it might not have played into the Browns specifically, but it might have played into Deshaun
selecting the Browns. Doesn't he have a no trade clause, Deshaun, right?
They have a no trade clause.
Okay. So I think this explains a lot.
The only other team that might have been in contention, should they have wanted to, probably would be the Patriots, since Robert Kraft apparently is in the same boat as Deshaun Watson, loving massages at day spas specifically. So
people do forget about the Robert Kraft.
Yeah, several instances.
I just want to say, just for the safety and the respect of the National Massage Therapist Convention, there should be a restraining order of at least a 6-mile radius. Deshaun Watson cannot enter a 6-mile radius of the National Massage Therapist Convention. If he does, he should be suspended from the NFL for life.
You know what they should have? They should make an app that specifically tracks, like they should make Deshaun Watson.
Find my Deshaun Watson.
They should make Deshaun Watson share his iPhone location with the convention. And
they just like air tag him. Like he has to have an air tag on him at all times.
Until it's up.
Literally.
I wonder if they put in a clause in this contract, knowing that he was going to be there. Like the Browns were like, all right, Deshaun, like we're gonna test your trust right
You know,
now.
hopefully you act in good conscience here and
I
and
did
do
think
not.
I do think I heard that they made uh a clause where he could not receive massages from anybody besides the Browns training.
I'm pretty sure that was in it. He can only receive massages from like specific Browns team trainers or whatever the hell.
Like,
If that, I mean, that should be an indicator of some nefarious activities out of Deshaun Watson's end. But okay, all right. I think that might be all. I think that might be all for this.
I got two things.
Oh,
One, I don't know if you got to see this, but Vita Vea on the Buccaneers. Uh, in case you didn't know, Gatorade has canned Gatorade for like basically just the NFL because I've never seen it anywhere else besides at NFL practices.
I think that used to be a thing. I think they got rid of
No,
it.
it still is. It still is a thing. Saints
Oh.
have it, and there I've seen it. So did the Buccaneers. Most places have canned Gatorade for the NFL. Vita Vea walked up to his athletic trainer this past week, asked him if he had a key. The trainer gives him the key. Vita Vea shotgunned a can of Gatorade in 2 gulps. He also states that he doesn't drink beer.
I'm looking it up right now. Apparently, you can buy cans of Gatorade on Amazon. I don't think I've ever seen a can of Gatorade sold in the store ever in my life, though. I know that used to be a thing.
But training camps, like NFL, it's the only place I've ever seen it is canned Gatorade. That's canned Gatorade.
I bet it's way better than bottled Gatorade. I bet it is.
I bet it is. Do you think it's carbonated?
No, no.
Carbonated.
I would not want carbonated Gatorade. That I would not want. Like you're trying to chug that, you know.
But 2 gulps. Vita Vea took that thing down in 2 gulps.
That's impressive. I think that'd be expected out of an NFL lineman, but at least to know the proof is in the pudding. It's a good reminder.
I think not even when you could put down the water bottles in like under 5 seconds, I think that this still beats you.
5 seconds? Whoa.
10 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know what your time when you push when you
Bro, I'd kill those things in like 220. I'd literally kill that in 2 seconds. Full water bottles, full ass water bottles, full. And I would only drink water in those things. Yeah.
Full water
this
bottles, full thing.
In my prime, I could down that shit in 2 seconds.
It's impressive. I'll say that.
Like literally, if you're curious, like I have videos of it too, but like look up FaZe Banks water bottle challenge. That's like where I found it out from. I'm like, I could do that. And I did. I used to do that. I retired though. I moved on.
It was a good party trick. I'll give you that. It was a good party trick.
You know, I personally I would not be doing that at parties, you know, but you know, that wasn't my lane. You know, I'm not trying to get like
party trick doesn't literally mean like at a party. A party trick just means you have 2 people over and be like, watch this.
No. Party trick equals party trick. Not kickback trick, not group trick, not a little entertaining thing. That I don't want to be a bad example for our young audience listeners out there.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing that I have is Joe Burrow got his appendix removed the other week. Speedy recovery for Joe. He's already doing wind sprints with the team.
Yeah, I saw him driving the cart up and down. And you know what? Honestly, if I think about it, like, I mean, it doesn't look like they were like going that hard, but if it was like an actual tough ass workout, I think I'd kind of be more pissed seeing my quarterback driving up and down the side than if he was just standing on. I think I'd prefer him to just stand there.
You know what it remind me of? Marshawn Lynch in the golf cart going at the game, going like
with
this.
his mom at Cal. That's just a goated iconic memory. Yeah. That's some goat stuff out of Marshawn right there.
Yeah. No.
But is that gonna wrap this epi up?
I think that might wrap this epi up.
Because I don't have much more. We're gonna have some more training camp news as this week, next couple of weeks go on. A little more updates, a little more season preview predictions for next season. But you know, I need to take in a little more info.
We'll be going through, I would say probably this next episode on Thursday We'll probably have some fantasy stuff coming up. People are starting to do their fantasy drafts. Little Waterboy insight, not much, but a little Waterboy insight on your fantasy team. Me and Grant going at it this year. Probably not going to give each other's inside secrets because that will end up in one of us losing the player we want in our draft. But little tip probably coming out.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna wrap us up. Parting words. You know what? If you're watching this video right now and you're not subscribed, what the hell? Like, why are you even here? You know, if you're not gonna subscribe, don't even watch. All right, click the goddamn subscribe button right now. Like the video too, favorite it. Shit, why not? Do it all. All right, and then after you watch us on YouTube, go listen to us on Spotify, and then go listen to us on Apple Podcasts, and then rate us 5 stars also.
We're on Amazon, Google Play.
I didn't even know we were on those platforms, but over here at the Waterboy Podcast, we do it all. We do it big. So yeah, without further ado, Everett.
Waterboy's out.